Hi, welcome to the garden today. Today we're going to be kind of going over the tropical container gardening that I do, and the first thing we're going to be talking about is how to propagate your pineapples. Once you get, I bought this pineapple here last year, and this is the main plant here, and it's throwing off a lot of slips and things, and really that's not good because it starts robbing energy from the main plant. So I'm going to take one of them out anyway, this right here. And the way you take them out, you just pull down real easy and twist. And then you come up with that. You got your little roots there. You can pull this stuff off here. Pull off the leaves, just saying stuff. And now you got your another plant. So now all you have to do is take this, make your little hole, stick it in the ground like that. I always like to kind of add a little bit extra potting mix on it. Make sure not to get my other hand dirty. That's got my cuts. And this has already got some fertilizer in it. And then water it in. You always want, anytime that you plant a plant, you always want to water in. I'm going to go and water these just a little bit just because it's just so hot. This one here was planted Saturday. This here was planted Sunday. And today is Monday. And I'll probably water them about every day. I'm going to keep these underneath this tree because right now sunlight is your enemy when you're trying to replant things. So if you plant anything when it's this hot, get it out of the sun, or anytime that you're trying to transplant stuff, don't put it in the sun. One time I always gave somebody some fig cuttings, and I said, okay, keep them in the sun, keep them in the shade. And it's okay, she kept them in the shade, and then it started putting leaves out, so she put a bunch of fertilizer on it and stuck it out in the sun. And then the leaves drooped and started dying, and it was on a garden form. She asked, what do I do now? And I said, well, water out real good, trying to get rid of the fertilizer, because on a cutting, now this already got some roots on it, so it's okay to put some fertilizer in it. But if you're doing cuttings, you don't want fertilizer on it. You got some good roots, and get it out of the sun. They don't need a lot of sun when they first start off. But anyway, that's just a tip of the day, I guess. If you're really trying to get stuff started, put them in the sun, put them in the shade for a while, and then over the next 5, 6 days, 7 days, I'll start moving them out, and then we'll put them in full sun, because one thing about it is these plants do like full sun. I probably got 15 or 20 different slips out of that pineapple. So if anybody's local and want to come by and get a pineapple plant, they're supposed to make in about 18 months, they say. I did make a mistake, I think, by leaving these slips on here, so this one will probably take an extra year. But anyway, and I got plenty of potting mix. So now we're going to go over here and look at the citrus. And this is where all my bigger citrus is located at. These here are 4 or 5 years old. This one here is about 4 or 5 years old. It's the pumpkin. It's probably my best tasting of all of them. It's got some seeds in it, not near as much as a clementine, and it's got all the little citrus on it. That's about the right number because it's going to be getting about this big. So, it's not overbearing it too much. If you get one that's got 4 or 5 of them on it, it can't split the wood. And I actually split the wood one time. Be careful sometimes, even a string like that, and that one tight so it didn't hurt me, but even a string like that, if it wraps around, it can actually hurt the stem. And it did break a limb here, but then I taped it back, taped with this tape. Taped it back together, it kind of fused back together, so it's still growing. Oh, here's my loquat. It is the champagne loquat. It's one of the few loquats that I know of that says that they probably need a pollinator with it. Most of your loquats, from what I understand, don't need a. But I'd always try to get 2 different ones anyway, anytime you do any type of fruit, because a lot of times it's like peaches. They say, well, peaches don't require, 99% of the peaches don't require another variety, but they produce more, or they produce better, they pollinate better if they got a second one. So this one here is my ornamental pineapple. It does have spines on it. They do hurt. That's why you see weeds growing up around in it, because I don't want to get stuck. I did not know that it was ornamental until this never started growing. I had another plant that never started growing, so I looked up and Googled it, and oh yeah, they do have ornamental ones, because you can't eat the fruit. But we tried, even that little bitty one. We took a knife, and because we can try anything. This is my pineapple guava. I did pot it up to a little bit bigger plant. It's doing okay. They've grown a lot. I did buy this about a year ago. This here's just a nectarine tree. I don't like nectarines because I never can get them to fruit, or if they do fruit, I mean they're a pest magnet. You're gonna get all kinds of stuff trying to buy to eat it. About decided it's just not worth it. This here is my lychee tree, and the lychees are starting to ripen. Here, let's switch. Can we switch? I'll let you show them how to peel it. I just think they're okay, so I let him and my wife eat them because they really like them. We did have a, tell me if it's ripe. Is it ripe? Okay. So that'll be going here pretty quick. And, we did have the cable guy came by, or the internet guy came by to hook us up, and when it just ripened, we can switch back out. And he liked it. He never had one, so he tried one and liked it. So, but they're making now. These probably don't have any seeds in it, these smaller ones, because if you look at it, this one here has seeds. So these didn't pollinate, but they went ahead and made. This one did pollinate, so it's bigger, but it's also going to have seed in it. So, but they made better than last year. I have seen it, the first year it had a lot more flowers on it, but a lot of flowers fell off. I do have a second lychee over here that's a different variety. That one's Sweetheart. This one here begins with an M. It looks like it's a little bit sad looking, so it's probably needs some water. When you start seeing these leaves like this, it means it's didn't get enough water. It'll start burning at the ends of the leaves. It's either that or salt damage, but I'm sure it's going to be because it got too dry. We did get pretty dry the other day on these pots. Over here's a strawberry guava. I've never eaten one. The only guava I ever had I did not like, but I've never had a strawberry guava, so we're giving it a try. And it did produce a lot of guava on it, so I think it's fixing to bloom again. So it's been a producer. If we like it, it's going to be great. If we don't like it, we're going to try to find someone else that wants it. This is the other pineapple guava. I did get two of them. I do think that pineapple guavas needs to pollinate, but I'm not sure. Strawberry guava don't, because that's the one I got. And we got some of the herbs. That's a golden oregano, and that there's a weed. I think I burned some. I think I put some fertilizer on it, kind of burned it back. That's stevia that my wife has not taken up yet. That's basil. It's got a big weed in it. And then over here, I don't know if this is powdery mildew or not. It's getting worse this year. This is Meyer's lemon, and Meyer lemon is a workhorse out here. They do really well. It is not in a good soil. If you can kind of look inside, it does not have a lot of soil in it. It's collapsed. It wasn't good to start with. It was too dense, but it's been in there for several years. And my problem is, when do I ever repot it? I probably should go ahead and repot it, but now I kind of hate to repot it because it may lose all its fruit. But anyway, the only thing about Meyer's lemon, it's a workhorse. It does great. It's fairly cold tolerant. For lemon, it can take a certain amount of cold. And this one's on its own roots, so if it does, it never has, but if it did dial back to the roots, it will come back true as a Meyer's lemon, because that's the roots it's on. And that's great. but it's a diva if you bring it in the house, from what people up north tell me. So if you're trying to grow a lemon or a citrus up north, Meyer's probably not the one you want to start with, because everybody, what happens is if you ever move it, it starts losing its leaves, because it's really particular about the lights. And anytime you take any type of citrus or any type of fruit inside, there's no predators, so your insects can go crazy. It's a real nice environment for pests, because it stays the same, got the same humidity, all that. So that's not a good thing to do. But if you're up north, you don't have a choice. If you can, I just put mine in unheated garage. That way it stays cold, won't break dormancy. It's worked pretty well. See if that was a bug or not. These are my peppers, and they've done pretty good. We just hadn't harvested them like we need to. I did find out from my wife, I tried these little guys here. That's called the yellow bequino, and they're supposed to be sweet, and she says they're hot. So I took her word for it. These are the Rolle habanadas, this one right here. And they do this, it's getting a pretty good size, it's growing really good, but they don't put on any fruits like August. And then when they put it on fruit, they put on a lot. This is the sweet banana pepper. They're always a good one to make, and the other one's a gypsy. So they both make good, I do know those. They do make, a lot of people call them hot banana peppers. They're actually a Hungarian wax pepper, and they're funny because they start out yellow just like these peppers here, and when they turn out yellow like that, they're very mild hot pepper. If they get red like this, they get very hot. So the Schofield units go up a lot on it. If you get them early, they're about the right heat. They're not very much heat. They're just enough heat to give it some bite. It's not anything that's gonna. But I had given some to a co-worker, and she made some hot peppers, hot sauce out of it, and and they like hot stuff, and it was too hot for them to eat. And he said, "Man, I didn't know what it was. Maybe when you make pepper, what it was." Later, I found out that the longer you let them go, the hotter they get. So the first ones we were getting were yellow ones. Well, these were older, so I said, "Okay, I got extra. I give her those because they were already turned color," and they do get very hot. These are blueberries. I need to pot them up in a bigger pot, or plant them in the ground. One of the two. I say they because this is another one over here. And they're the rabdi blueberries. Most of the I think all the blueberries I have over there are still in high bush, but I got two of those. Also, over there, just about 100 yards, they've got a blueberry farm, so I got those there. Over here, we have the mints that we got growing, and the thyme's over there, and this here's the Okinawa spinach that just loves the heat. Again, if somebody wants to come by and pick some Okinawa spinach, it's the same way. I could cut this thing off here, put it in a pot, sit over there on that table, and in about a week to 10 days, it'll perk back. It'll look like crud for about a week, and then all of a sudden, you'll come out of it and it'll start growing. So, but it has survived all the freezes. It does die back to the ground every year, but of course, I mean, it doesn't like to coat at all. But it does like to heat. So if you're looking for one of those summer greens, it is a good one. We liked it a lot better, or my wife does. I don't eat greens, but she likes it a lot better than the Malabar. The Malabar spinach it had a lot of the what they call mucusy, or the stuff in the middle. This doesn't have near as much. So they all taste like grass to me, so it doesn't matter. Other ones. This is Sure, now it's the sumo. These are a year and a half old when I got them. I got them from U.S. Nursery. You hang there and I'll be right back. And they came in pots this size, okay? I bought them in the fall a year ago, so they're a year and a half, going on 2 years. In about 3 months, so they're almost two years old, and like I said, they were from that size to this size. So they've done really well. You do have to fertilize them well. Citrus likes a lot of nitrogen, so want high nitrogen. This is my Chandler Oro Blanco. It's got the two really big fruits on it. that hopefully won't break. Taking a chance there. This is the kissue. It makes it really small. And we are trying to figure out exactly where our, because I'm beginning to wonder, even on this one, where's our graft? Because I wonder if these two, one thing you gotta be careful of, you don't want your, I almost wonder if these two aren't suckers. What do you think?
I think they are.
You think they're suckers?
Yeah, because these have thorns on them.
Well, they all got thorns.
I don't think the black can do that.
I may cut that off, and it's also, it's not a very big one fruit. So what happens is these will keep growing if it is suckers, and it'll take over the whole tree, and then the tissue part will die. I hadn't looked at it that close, but the more I'm looking at it, the more I think you're right, Brian. I mean, Patrick. My oldest son's named Brian. And so, yeah, I think that's, we had this problem on another one that we looked at. So I don't have near as big a tree as I thought. Well, see, the only thing I'm saying, this is here has got stickers, okay? And that one is coming off the main trunk. So, what I'm probably gonna do is actually trim it off. I usually don't trim my fruit. Trim it off, and then we'll see next year when it blooms. Anyway. Then over here, this is a blood orange by that name. You know, I almost don't get stuff if I can't say the name of it, just because on videos it makes it look like you don't know what you're doing. And this is another one of the sumo fruits there. This N33 navel orange. Normally it's a very sweet orange, though one year it didn't. Now this one, okay, we may have that problem because see this here I know is a sucker. Put some more water down there, some more dirt down there. So I know that's a sucker. I like it whenever they use trifoliate, because trifoliate will have the 3 leaves and you know right off it's a sucker or not, but some of these are not trifoliate, so they look the same. Here I believe this is my Primark Freedom. I may be giving this to somebody because I don't, in the Savannah Church, in the bucket, you need a bigger bucket for them. And I already have a big bucket for them. It was an experiment I tried. I do think that you just need it. You need one of those bigger buckets if you're going to be growing blackberries. They just don't produce that much. It is kind of a pain. And another day long next. This one here is Valencia orange. It did make one orange last year. They make oranges really late in the year. The orange we had wasn't that great. It was okay, but I couldn't say it was any better than the store-bought one. This year it's got several on it, and they're getting big enough that I'm going ahead and let them go and let them try to make, see how they do. You don't want them to put fruit on when they're too small, especially on your citruses, because they can break it, and usually the fruit is kind of inferior. Now you're seeing all this damage on it. That's leaf miners doing that damage there. I hate those things. I tried to spray them last year, it didn't do any good. These here, this is the lemonade tree, the Jiu-Jitsu. It made a bunch of them this year. Last year only had, what, 5? And this year it's got probably 2 dozen. But, and maybe a bit much, I mean. But this is my backup tree. I also got another big old tree over there that makes probably a couple hundred fruit this year. And we'll finish it up. We're looking at this here, and this is my pomelo. Well, I guess I got 2 more over there. This pomelo tree that didn't put anything on this year, it's about 4 or 5 years old. Hasn't done as well. but got another one, same variety. That's Chandler. The other one is over here. Is also Chandler, and it's got what, 6 fruits on it. And like I say, these fruits will get this big, so it's done pretty well. They do like a lot of fertilizer, and they're getting that stuff on it too. So I may look that up, for what it is. And then the longan tree has not done very well. It's got some little bitty longans on it. I don't know if they were going to make or not, but it just, for a reason, just hadn't. And like I say, it may end up dying. Sometimes, and like I say, I'm going to show you everything, so sometimes that happens. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks for staying to the end. Hit like, make a comment if you have any questions, or just a regular comment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.